And now continue my discussion with Lazilio here about bullying, people picking other people. Last time you heard me talk about the 3 different kinds of bullies. And a quick recap is person that has an issue that they don't want to deal with at home. Number 2, they do it because it's cool, and then the follower because it's cool. So now that I've caught you right back up and you want to go into more detail about each of those types of bullies, click on the link down below or here for that sort of stuff if you want to get recapped. But anyways, let's continue on. Yeah, let's continue on. So I was saying in my last video that we need to treat it like a disease. And it's very true. We have to treat bullying like a disease. And really go to that person and say, hey, get that person to speak to a counselor. You may not be able to help them yourself, but at least the counselor could be there as a guide, because the counselor can't even change them. But they can help them and guide them, say, oh, so they're, help them get to look at what's really wrong in their life. That's right, Lazilio. You want to go on? Yeah. Can I do a little more? Sure. So, yeah, it's just a cry for help. And then the people that do it for fun say, hey, if the kid ain't laughing, then it's not for fun, That brings me to the next thing that I want Tommy to say about, which is those people say, oh, it's just kids being kids, That's right, Lazilio. There's a difference between kids being kids and flat out being a bully, going, yeah, I'm going to beat you up, give me your lunch money, versus, hey, man, hey, yo, that was last year's, that was so last year, our pick is not in anymore, that's a really funny thing, and if, if all parties are laughing, then it's kids being kids, it's friendly teasing. Let me show you, for example, with Lazilio here. Hello, Lazilio. Hello, how's it going? You know what? You got a funny looking face. I know. I kind of like it, man. I like to have a funny face because it's got a good conversational starter. Yeah, see, I teased her, making fun of her, but she was laughing at it. Now, I'm going to show you that's just kids being kids. Now, here's kids not being kids. That example of, if all parties are laughing. Now, here, I'm going to be, hey, yo, you got 2 dads for parents. That's just, don't even go there. Now, see? She's not laughing right now. That's right, I wasn't laughing. Now, she really does, she's just a puppet. Yeah, I'm just a puppet, so I really don't have parents. I have a maker. But that's beside the point. Exactly. Beside the point. So to wrap it all up here is what so really basically get down to it. So now I've shown you an example of that, that whole saying, kids be kids. Now let's delve in just a little bit deeper into other symptoms. So now that you've got that, if I was laughing, and now, okay, now we're going to go, okay, Lazilio, so why were you being big mean to me and talking about my 2 dads? Because, I don't know. I want to talk about it. You see, you got to get the kid to open up and talk about his problems, the bully, because that's all he sees, man, is doing this, pushing kids around, talking to them, down on them, because that's all they know. It's all they understand. And then the cool kids, oh yeah, she's got 2 dads, and I was ha, because you got to treat that like, hey, that ain't cool. You got to pull them aside, like, hey man, that ain't cool. There's lots of people who have 2 moms and 2 dads, but they're just fine. In conclusion, first of all, you got to identify what kind of bully they are. Are they a bully because they don't want to deal with issues at home? They do it because it's fun, or they do it because they don't want to be left out and they're following. So yeah, those 3. And then you got to go and get them, support. You got to go say, hey, I really think you should get some help here. But you can't force them to change. All you can do is change yourself. And then treat it like a disease. And take it, go beneath the surface of the bullying. and it will eventually pretty much eliminate the bullying. Yeah, what he said. Well, that's pretty much all I got. This has been another episode of The Awesome YouTuber, and thanks for watching, and until next time. And you all rock, and thumbs up this video. That's right, thumbs it up.